All right, I want to go through the books I'm going to read this summer. I haven't posted a video in a while because, see, when I started this channel, I didn't realize, I started off strong, posting every day or so. I had some good days. What I didn't realize is that it's so hard to upload when you actually don't feel like it. So there's been no videos for the past 3 days, but I figured today I'm just going to go through books. I have way too many books. I only have a month left in London before I go back to LA. So I'm gonna have to, I guess, bring these with me. The one I'm reading right now, Sun and Steel by Yukio Mishima. Mishima is a Japanese author who was like a pretty weird guy, prolific writer, and then decided to like get into bodybuilding. And then he ended his life by taking over a military base and like committing seppuku, which is like this Japanese form of, or like samurai form of suicide where they stab themselves with a knife. Anyways, I have this cute little Pokemon card, which I found on the floor. That's my bookmark. And this book is mainly about like Sun and Steel by Yukio Mishima, his personal testament on art, action, and ritual death. So that's one. This one's short. I should low-key finish this in like a day if I really sit down. Staying on the theme of short books, I have Capitalist Realism by Mark Fisher, and also by Mark Fisher, Flatline Constructs, Gothic Materialism, and Cybernetic Theory Fiction. I have no idea what that means, but the first one seems interesting, and I literally have no idea what this is about. I read the first paragraph. This one might be tough. I might not read this one. Anyways, then, okay, so I have this desk cam, by the way, very useful. This book, this is probably one of my favorite books of all time. Zorba the Greek by Nikos Kazantzakis. There's a movie. And anyways, I haven't seen the movie, but I think it won an Oscar, maybe. But anyways, it's my favorite book, or one of them, because it's about this, like, writer who decides that he doesn't want to be intellectual anymore. And he buys a mine, basically. And then he wants to just go and work and, like, live. I think it's in Crete. Yeah, Crete. And on his way there, at the very beginning of the book, he encounters this man called Zorba, who's just, like, a worker, old man. And Zorba decides to go with him. And so then it's about their relationship and the conversations that they would have, like, on the beach. So they would, like, work during the day and then at night, like, just grab a bottle of wine, make dinner on the beach, and talk. And it's kind of about those conversations, or at least that's what I took away from it. There's some good stuff in there, which I'll put on screen. But yeah. Okay, so that's Zorba the Greek, one of my favorite books. And then I also bought I hadn't read anything else by Kazantzakis, so I bought Report to Greco, which is the last book he ever wrote, and it's sort of autobiographical about like his travels and stuff. I mean, I haven't read it yet, but I just want to learn more about him because he wrote my favorite book, so I think this will be good. I've also heard it's good, so that's that. And then continuing things that I'm not going to have time to read, I have some Dostoevsky, obviously Brothers Karamazov, and then The Idiot. I want to read Dostoevsky because, like, you hear about him, and it's like everyone says he's so good. Like, every writer ever, every philosopher, every, like, whatever, I don't know, everyone, Freud, Nietzsche, whatever, they all love Dostoevsky. But I haven't read anything, and it's a little daunting, honestly. I mean, look at this book, but whatever. Also, apparently, like, the thing with, like, Russian is that there's, like, so many ways to say every name, like, different forms of addressing people. So it's, like, very confusing in the book because you never know when they're talking about one character or another because there's, like, so many different names for the same character. Anyways, and then I have Pablo Neruda, 20 poemas de amor y una canción desesperada. This is a book of poetry. I'm not really a fan of poetry, honestly, but I have it because I'm at home, my parents' house. And I think my dad read this when he was younger, and he always, like, there's this one quote that he always, brings up from this book, so I figured, quick read also, or I don't know. I read T.S. Eliot, The Wasteland, and it's like 100 pages of poetry, I think. It's like The Wasteland and other poems. I didn't understand a single thing. Like, I cannot tell you one thing about The Wasteland by T.S. Eliot. My girlfriend from 10th grade, I don't know what she's up to, but I follow her on Goodreads, and she read this book, The Wasteland, and she leaves a review, 5 stars, sobbing. So I'm like, all right, I'll read it. Sounds good, right? I don't really read poetry. I figured it'd be short. I literally didn't understand a thing. Not one thing. I couldn't tell you a single thing about The Wasteland by T.S. Eliot. So maybe you can help me with that. Leave a comment if you have read that. I'm not going to read it. I literally didn't understand anything. Anyways, and then I have a couple. There's this one, Read, Write, Own by Chris Dixon, which is about, like, Web3. And I've heard it's a shill. But basically it's like this, like, venture capital guy, I think, who like wrote this book, and everyone, all the comments on Goodreads are like, he's just trying to like promote like the companies that he's invested in. But anyways, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have time to read all of this, but maybe. I started this one. It seems cool, honestly, even though like crypto and stuff is out of style these days. And then lastly, I have Che Guevara's biography. I've heard this is really good. I don't really know anything about Che Guevara or Fidel Castro or Cuba, so I thought I could read it, and learn all about it. But really, I don't know if I'm gonna have time to read any of this, because I either like read it now in a month, which seems unreasonable, or I like bring the books back with me. But like a lot of these books I brought with me from I go to school in LA, so it's like, am I just like traveling around with a suitcase full of books and not reading them? I'll have to like delete Clash Royale. And like, anyways, that's all for today. I'm gonna go to the gym. Hope you enjoyed. I can only raise one eyebrow. Can't raise this one.
Yes, a big up Fred Irish.